Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Abbas English. Today I am going to teach you the second part of tense, that is present continuous tense, or we can say present progressive tense. Yesterday you have read about present indefinite tense. In this video I am going to explain you present continuous tense in the very simple and easy way. So let us get started. First of all, present continuous tense or present progressive tense. It has two names. One is present continuous tense, or you can say in American English present progressive tense. Now the question arises, what is present continuous tense? It is very simple to remember. It is very simple to understand. Present continuous tense refers to any action which is happening at the time of speaking. For example, at this moment of time, I am teaching you present continuous tense. So it is happening at this very moment of time. So it is present continuous because it continues at this very moment of time. So we can say present continuous tense or present progressive tense. It refers to any activity or any action which happens at the time of speaking. If anybody will say you that I am playing cricket, it means that the time he said I am playing cricket, his act of playing must be continuous at that very moment of time. I hope you might have understood this easily. Present continuous tense or present progressive tense. If you will just look at the word continuous, it will give you the hint of its meaning. Present continuous tense, it means any activity, any action which is happening at the time of speaking. It is very simple. So at this moment of time, I am teaching you present continuous tense. So it is continuous because it is happening at this very moment of time. So whenever any activity or any action is supposed to happen at the time of speaking, it is called the present continuous tense. Now there are some rules to be used in present continuous tense. You have to just remember the simple formula here. Is MR plus ing form of verb. But that is the only rule you have to remember. That is the only rule you have to remember. Is MR plus ing form of verb. Here it is followed by slash. It means or. It shows the alternative. Whether you have to either use is or am or are, plus you have to necessarily use ing form of verb in the present progressive tense, in the present continuous tense. Is MR plus ing form of verb. It is the formula to be remembered by you into the proper construction and understanding of present continuous tense or present progressive tense. You have to just remember is MR plus ing form of verb is the formula to be used into the construction of sentences based on present continuous tense. Now I will explain this formula through the examples here with Urdu translation. I am writing, as you already know. Look at here. Am is used with I am writing. Nobody will say I is writing, he am writing. No. I is always followed by am. I am writing. That is why here I will naturally follow the pronoun I. I am writing. He, she, it or any name. It will be followed by the auxiliary verb is in the present continuous tense. He, she, it or any name. It must be followed by the auxiliary verb is when it comes to discussing present continuous tense. Now the question arises where are is used. Are is used with you or they. We can say whether you is a singular or plural. In both cases you have to use are with you. Are can be used in other conditions, particularly to refer to the plural. For example, they, it refers to more than one. That is why it must be followed by the auxiliary verb are here. They are playing because they represent more than one. It represents the collection of things. They. That is why it must be followed by the auxiliary verb are. So it is very simple. You have to either use is, am, are, plus you have to necessarily use the word in form of verb. Now here are examples. I am writing. मैं लिख रहा हूँ. In Urdu, you can always find a sentence. रहा हूँ, रही हूँ या रहे हो. I am writing, मैं लिख रहा हूँ. I am going to market, मैं बाजार जा रहा हूँ. He is reading a book, वो एक किताब पढ़ रहा है. Because he must be followed by the auxiliary verb that is. He is watching a movie, वो एक फिल्म देख रहा है. Now, if you are to make the interrogative sentence, in the yesterday's video, I have already explained you the interrogative sentence. What does it mean? It means any sentence in which we ask a question. However, there are two types of questions. One is to be made with WH words. Where are you going? What are you doing? When was you born? These are descriptive questions in which we have to give the answer in description. Now, the other type of question is tag question, in which we expect the answer in yes or no from the audiences, from the students. Now, if you are to make the interrogative sentence, those questions in which we expect the answer of yes or no, then just put the auxiliary verb before the sentence according to the pronoun. As you already know, I is followed by am. If you are to make the interrogative sentence out of the sentence, you have to just put the word before the beginning of the sentence, as is shown in the example. Am I writing? क्या मैं लिख रहा हूँ? Because it is the interrogative sentence, so it must be framed according to the rule. Am I going? क्या मैं जा रहा हूँ? Is he reading a book? क्या वो किताब पढ़ रहा है? Is he watching? क्या वो देख रहा है? Here, look here. Here, is he watching? I have already told you that he is followed by the auxiliary verb he. He is followed by the auxiliary verb is. That is why is here placed at the beginning of the sentence. It cannot be framed in the manner am he watching. It will be grammatically wrong because am is not used with he, she, it or any name. It is followed by the auxiliary verb he is, she is, or it can be any name. It can be David is, not David am, he am. It is grammatically incorrect. Now, negative sentence. In the yesterday's video, I had already told you the meaning of negative sentence. What does it mean? Any kind of sentence in which you will find the word not. Any kind of sentence which is characterized by the word not. It is called the negative sentence. Negate itself means not. Negate. So, negative sentence means those sentences which contains the word not. So, if you are to say something negatively, if you are to say something with the word not, then you can just put the word not and nothing will change. He is not writing, but you have to take into account one of the most important point here, that is not must appear at number 3, as is shown in the example. He is first word, second and third. He is not writing. They are not going. I am not eating. It is these are negative sentences. Now, it is very simple to remember. Present continuous tense or present progressive tense. It refers to any activity which happens at the time of speaking. The time you speak something, at that very moment of time, the action that you have just mentioned, at that very moment of time, that action occurs. Suppose if anybody will say you that I am reading a book, he must be reading the book at that very moment of speaking. If I say you, I am going to market, it means that my act of going to market must be continuous at the time of my speaking. So it is very simple to remember. However, there are some time expressions which are commonly used in present continuous tense. What are those time expressions? These time expressions will help you to clarify various sorts of doubts relating to present continuous tense. However, it may also help you in the competitive examinations. Commonly used time expressions. Here it is written currently, at the present, now, right now, nowadays, this year, etc. These are some of the time expressions which are commonly used in present continuous tense. You have to remember these time expressions because this will help you clarifying the meaning and concept of present continuous tense. Now, second point which is very important. whenever you find a sentence in present continuous tense with always continuous or constantly, it means that we are criticizing someone, we are angry with someone. Whenever you will make any kind of sentence using the words always, continuously or constantly in the present continuous tense, it means that we are criticizing someone. For example, if I say you are always reading, it means that I am criticizing him, that he is always occupied into the action of reading. I am criticizing him. I am not happy with his all the time reading. You are always reading. Accordingly, you will be able to build millionaire sentences using the words always, constantly or continuously. Because these words, when they are used with present continuous tense, they represent the criticism of someone, in which we criticize someone for their excessive activity. You are always reading. It means that I criticize you to be excessively involved into the action of reading. So you have to just remember always, continuously or constantly. Whenever they will be used in present continuous tense, they show the disapproval of the speaker. However, one of the most important use of present continuous tense has been, beside the first meaning of it, has been to show the future arrangements. Present continuous tense can also be used for future activity, for futurity, to denote future time. However, you have to use the same formula, is, am, are plus ing form of verb. How? Suppose I am going to say you that I am coming to your home next week. It shows us the futurity, it shows us the future time. When the fact is that I have used the formula am, I have used the formula present continuous tense here. But present continuous tense is also used to denote the future time, to denote the future arrangement. For example, you can also say, I am going to meet you on Sunday. It means Sunday is coming, it is in future. But I have used the formula present continuous tense here. Present continuous tense. I have used the formula present continuous tense to denote the future time. So you have to just remember the extra point of it, that present continuous tense also denotes the future time. It can also be used to predict or to arrange the future arrangements, to denote the future time. You can simply say am, is, are plus ing. These three also means will or shall. In place of will or shall, you can also use to be plus ing form of verb. To be means is, am, are plus ing form of verb to denote the future time. I am going to play cricket next week. It means that I will play cricket next week. I hope you might have enjoyed watching the video. If you really enjoyed watching the video, please subscribe it and share it to others, so that the benefits of this video will also reach out to most of the students who are in desperate need of the real learning of English language. Thank you.